Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Worthy One, the Supremely Enlightened One. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. I pay homage to the Blessed One, the Supremely Enlightened One. I pay homage to my teacher, Kukkuravatika Maharaj, who teaches me the Supreme Buddha's Dhamma. Sadhu, sadhu. You remember the Sutta you are studying? Two friends went to see the Buddha.
Yes, Bhante. Kukkuravatika
Yeah.
Sutta.
Kukkuravatika Sutta, yes. Kukkuravatika Sutta, yes. And they were very innocent, they were honest, they explained everything to the Buddha. They still knew that the Buddha was the excellent teacher to teach about the path to liberation. And finally they went to the right place, and now they are ready to listen to the words of the Buddha, right? Remember? I'm quite confident that the Buddha is capable of teaching me so that I can give up this cow observance and the naked ascetic senior can give up the dog observance, right? They were very humble, and that's a very beautiful quality. Like some people, they don't want to learn anything from the Buddha, they don't want to learn anything from the monks. They just think, I know everything. That's the hindrance. That's the obstacle. But these people, they really needed liberation. Like they were, they had this opportunity to see the Buddha, and now they are very humble, they're very honest, and they want to learn from the Buddha. Okay, so let's learn.
I have a question on this.
Okay.
So those days, was there a precept like observing like a cow observance and dog
Yes.
observance with other practices? That's my question, Bhante. Was there any precept like that in other religion those days? Why they were observing like a cow and a dog?
So what is your question?
Now, is it a precept? Was it a precept? They were observing.
Yeah, it's kind of a precept. It's kind of precept, and there are other kind of precepts, added to that observance. For example, if you think about the cow, we can definitely be sure about that he was a vegetarian because he wanted to practice all the habits and behaviors of a cow. So cows, they are vegetarian, right?
Yeah.
So definitely this person practice vegetarianism. And those kind of different parts of the observance.
Okay. Thank you, Bhante.
Okay, so now Buddha is going to teach the Dhamma to them. Now first he taught about how the karma arranged to be born as a dog and to be born as a cow. If you can remember, who develops the cow observance fully and uninterruptedly, they develop cow's ethics, a cow's mentality, and a cow's behavior fully and uninterruptedly. When their body breaks off, after that they are reborn in the company of cows. See? But if they have such a view, by this precept or observance or modification of spiritual life, may I become one of the gods. This is their wrong view. An individual with wrong view is reborn in one of the two places I say, hell or the animal world. So if the cow observance succeeds, it leads to the rebirth in the company of cows. But if it fails, it leads to hell. So that's how karma leads to the animal world and hell, bad karma. And now Buddha is going to explain more about karma and how different types of karma lead to different rebirths. So let's learn about that. This is a kind of a deep Dhamma about different types of karma. Only Buddha discovered about these types of karma. Who is going to read?
Now, Buddha Bante, can I try to read, please?
Okay, Vani.
Well then, Punya, listen and pay close attention. I will speak. Yes, sir, he replied. The Buddha said this. Punya, I declare these 4 kinds of deeds, having realized them with my own insight. What for? Number 1, there are dark deeds with dark results. Number 2, bright deeds with bright results. Number 3, dark and bright deeds with dark and bright results. And number 4, neither dark nor bright deeds with neither dark nor bright results, which lead to the ending of deeds. And what are dark deeds with dark results? It is when someone makes hurtful choices by way of body, speech, and mind. Having made these choices, they are reborn in a hurtful world, where hurtful contact touched them. Touched by hurtful contacts, they experience hurtful feelings that are exclusively painful, like the beings in hell. This is how a being is born from a being. For your deeds determine your rebirth, and when your reborn contacts affect you. This is why I say that sentient beings are heirs to their deeds. These are called dark deeds with dark results. And what are bright deeds with bright results? It is when someone makes pleasing choices by way of body, speech, and mind. Having made these choices, they are reborn in a pleasing world, where pleasing contact touch them. Touched by pleasing contacts, they experience pleasing feelings that are exclusively happy, like the gods replete with glory. This is how a being is born from a being. For your deeds determine your rebirth, and when your reborn contacts affect you. This is why I say that sentient beings are heirs to their deeds. These are called bright deeds with bright results.
Sadhu, sadhu. So there are 4 types of karma, right? As Buddha explains. What is the first one? Dark
deeds,
karma, dark deeds with dark
results.
results. That means the karma done by body, speech, and mind that are unwholesome actions. What are the unwholesome actions?
Killing living beings. Oh,
Lying, stealing,
Taking what is not given, intoxicants,
Mm-hmm.
sexual
and promiscuous behavior. Yeah, misconduct, sexual misconduct.
Yeah.
And by mind as well, Bhante, greed, hatred, and delusion.
Yeah. From mind, vyapado, ill will, anger or hatred, abhijja, greediness, and evil wishes to own others' belongings. The last one is miccha ditti, wrong view. Those are the mental misconduct. And those actions lead to, and the result, those beings have to experience those results with painful contacts. Painful contacts touch them. In order for them to experience the painful contacts and the painful feelings, those feelings are called exclusively painful feelings. So the karma generates these painful contacts and the painful feelings. So how are these beings going to experience these the exclusively painful feelings? How does a being experience feelings? According to dependent origination, dependent on contact, feeling arises, right? So how do they feel these painful feelings? Through their eyes, the ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind. So these 6 sense bases then should be in a place where only unpleasant contacts, painful contacts come to them, come to the 6 senses. So in one of the suttas, Buddha explained that in the hell, whatever visual object they see is unpleasant and painful. Whatever sound they hear is unpleasant and painful. Hell beings don't hear even a single pleasant word. Whatever smell they feel is a bad smell. Whatever taste they taste is a painful taste. Whatever tangible they sense is a painful tangible. Whatever thought comes to them is a painful thought. Buddha taught in one of the discourses. That's why it is called hell beings experience exclusively painful feelings. Can you imagine that pain? For hundreds and thousands of years, eons and eons, they only experience painful feelings. You can imagine, like, when we experience even very like subtle, simple, painful feelings we cannot bear as human beings. It's unbearable sometimes, some painful feelings, just for a very like limited time period, for a short, even for a short time, it's unbearable. But hell beings, they have to experience for eons and eons, not years and years, eons and eons, long time. This is how being is born from a, sorry, it should be, this is how a being is born from actions. How to see the Pali of this? Does anybody know how to see the Pali?
Also, Bante, you have to click the view, Bante. On the
Oh,
top right, view,
okay.
and then
Then?
side by side, Bante.
Here?
Yes, Bante, try. And then click view again, Bante.
Here?
Yes, Bante, try.
Okay, now it's good. Thank you. Good karma for you.
Sound.
Because they have changed the website there. Here. So we were here. Itiko punna bhuta bhutas upapatti hoti. Yeah, beings are born from their actions. Yang karoti ten upapajjati. Whatever they do, by that they are reborn. Karoti means do. Whatever they do, by that they are reborn. They are the owners of their own actions. Evam pahang punna kamma dayada sattati vadami. That is why Punna I say, beings are owners of their actions. Very clear, like who creates pain and pleasure? Actions create pain and pleasure, right? So that is the first kind of, first type of karma, Buddha realized. Kammang kanhang kanna vipakang. Dark karma with dark results. Okay. Any questions about that? And now you understand how painful results, painful feelings are created in the hell world. Now you understand, right? It's not that somebody else giving or creating painful feelings for hell beings, it's their own actions.
There's one phrase there, Bhante, it says, and when you're reborn, contacts affect you. It seems like it's unnecessary to say that. Is it always contacts are going to affect you when you're reborn? Or are they talking about your previous contacts? Or they're talking about
No,
your
here the contacts means, like, as I explained, through the 6 sense bases: eye contact, ear contact, nose contact, body contact, tongue contact, mind contact, those contacts. Because those are the causes for the feelings.
Right. So contacts in your new life are going to affect you.
Yes. And the background for those contacts, because contacts, you remember the contacts means 3 things come together, right?
Right.
Internal object, external object, and the consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
So because of the bad karma of this being, the internal object, in the case of seeing, internal object is the eye of the hell being, and the visual object is always a painful object. Another hell being may be chasing after this hell being, bloody handed with a knife or with a axe or whatever weapon, chasing after this. That's what the hell being sees. So the external object is always painful. So the consciousness of the hell being always cognizes that visual object throughout his entire life in hell. So 3 things come together means that.
It almost goes without saying that contacts are going to affect you in your next life. Or is it possible to have a next life where contacts do not affect you? I mean,
Contacts always affect you. The
always,
simile, yeah. The
Right.
simile for the contact is a skinless cow
right.
is
right.
released. And Buddha teaches there is a cow alive, and somebody removes the skin, outer skin, and releases. And Buddha teaches the cow, because of the pain, goes to the water, and the creatures in the water bites the cow. And then because of the pain, cows run away from the water and leans against a tree. And the creatures and insects on the tree attacks the cow. Again painful. Because of the pain, the cow again runs away from the tree and stands outside in the space. And all the other creatures and insects attack her.
I see.
That's the simile for contact.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yeah, Buddha teaches if you understand contact in that way, you will be able to attain liberation. The powerful simile. I think Martha had a question or likes to read.
No, I would just want to have a confirmation that when we want to collect merits, it should be with the intention of because you feel the pain of the other person or the need, not because we want to create it for the benefit of ourselves. Correct?
You can have, you know, the most powerful thought to cultivate during giving and sharing is that may this good karma help me to attain Nibbana.
Mhm.
That was taught by the Buddha in one of the discourses. But on the background of that, definitely you have compassionate thoughts, you have generous thoughts, you think about the well-being of the other person, you know, they are natural feelings, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, so there is nothing wrong about it.
See. Thank you, Bhante.
Mhm. But you know, people who don't know anything about Nibbana, they also practice giving and sharing. And what is the difference? They will only have thoughts of kindness, generosity, thinking about the well-being of other people, and they will experience results according to that. But with those thoughts, if a person has this determination to attain Nibbana, freedom from suffering, that becomes the most powerful thought and that will generate more good karma. Okay?
Okay. Thank you, Bhante.
Good. And we also learned about the second type of karma.
Bright deeds.
Bright deeds with
results.
bright. Is that the second one?
Yes. Bright deeds with bright results.
Sukhang, kamang sukhang sukha vipakam. That means some people do good actions by body, speech, and mind. What are the good actions?
Generosity.
Generosity, keeping precepts, you know, when you keep precepts, you give lots of fearlessness to other people. Because they know that you keep precepts, you don't harm others, you don't steal anything, you don't cheat others. It's like they experience lots of relief and fearlessness when you are around them. So keeping precepts, helping others, volunteering, taking care of the parents, right?
Non-hatred.
Yeah.
Joy.
Practicing loving kindness, forgiveness, patience, right view.
Compassion.
Why don't people talk about good things? Everybody is silent.
Appreciative joy.
10, I was saying Bhante, the 10 wholesome karma, can it like the
Yeah.
10
Yeah.
kusala karma?
Speaking the truth,
Yes.
speaking the words that promote friendships, speaking the beneficial words. What are other good things?
Associating with Kalyana Mittas.
Teaching the Dhamma, sharing the
Teaching the
Dhamma,
Dhamma.
reading the Dhamma.
Worshipping the stupa, Bhante. Worshipping the stupa.
Worshipping the stupas.
Worshipping.
Parita.
Right livelihood.
Right livelihood, reading Parita.
Meditation, Bhante.
Meditation.
Helping others, donations,
Yeah.
being kind in thoughts, words, and deeds and actions.
Sharing merits.
Yeah, and read the Mangala Sutta to learn lots of good things. Mangala Sutta, discourse on blessings, helping husband, helping wife, helping children.
Unite people.
Sorry?
Unite people.
Yeah, unite people.
No gossiping.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, speaking beneficial words.
Seeing monks and worshipping monks, Bante, worshipping
Yeah, now
monks.
are you reading the Mangala Sutta?
Yeah, no, yes, Bante in Mangala Sutta, and then supporting the father,
Parents,
mother, and then
parents.
parents.
And
And,
yeah, lots
helping.
of beautiful qualities in the Mangala Sutta.
And associating with Kalyana Mittas.
That's the very first one in the Mangala Sutta.
Respecting elders.
Mm-hmm.
Residing in the suitable locality.
Yeah.
Does it say reading suttas in the Mangala Sutta?
It says
Bahu.
Dhamma Savana, listening to the Dhamma, because those days Dhamma was only in the oral tradition.
Okay.
Bahu
So reading.
Sutta, Bahu Sutta.
Mm-hmm. So lots of good qualities. So because of doing those good things by body, speech, and mind, having made those actions, they are reborn in a pleasing world. And what is the gift? They experience pleasing contacts. How do they experience pleasing contact? Because through the eye contact, ear contact, nose, body, tongue, body, mind contact, the feelings arise. And that is how happiness enters their life. Because the power of the goodness, power of the wholesome karma is so vast. They have been born in a world. They experience exclusively happy feelings. That's an amazing thing. Very, very fortunate beings. Whatever they see with their eyes, always a happy thing. Whatever sound they hear, always a happy sound. Whatever smell they feel, always a fragrant, sweet fragrance. Whatever taste they taste, always a delicious taste. Whatever sensation or tangible they feel, always a comfortable, happy, pleasant, tangible. Whatever thought comes to their mind, a happy, pleasant thought. Isn't that a beautiful world? Why are not smiling? Why everybody is not smiling?
I was smiling, Bante. Also, Harry is too.
Did you know that there is such a world exists? Buddha knew that. Buddha is the knower of the worlds, and the name of that world is this. It's the Deva world. It's the heavenly world named. What is the name?
Supakinha.
Can everybody read?
Supakinha.
Subhakinha world. Is there anybody who came from that world and listening to this Dhamma?
Probably Bante, but we can't see them.
Yeah, unfortunately, you have lost that world and come to this world. What is this world? We are going to learn next. So that is how, because they did this. So this is very powerful. This is the powerful discovery of the Buddha. People think to gain that kind of happiness, pleasure, everlasting happiness, they think we should do this and that. We should pray to this God, we should pray to that God, or we should do human sacrifice, we should do animal sacrifice. They have so many different ways, thinking to be born in a world like this. But Buddha discovered the path to be born in such a world. What is the path? Doing good things, good actions, good karma. So Buddha explains, beings are born from their actions. Bhuta bhutasya upapatti hoti. Yang karoti tena upapajjati. Whatever they do, by that they are reborn. Very clear. Kammadayada satta. They are the heirs to their karma. They are the owners of their actions. Okay. What is the third type of karma? Who is going to read?
Bante, I can try.
Okay.
And what are dark and bright deeds with dark and bright results? It's when someone makes both hurtful and pleasing choices by way of body, speech, and mind. Having made these choices, they are reborn in a world that is both hurtful and pleasing, where hurtful and pleasing contacts touch them. Touched by both hurtful and pleasing contacts, they experience both hurtful and pleasing feelings that are a mixture of pleasure and pain, like humans, some gods, and some beings in the underworld. This is how a being is born from a being, from action. For what you do brings about your rebirth, and when you're reborn, contacts affect you. This is why I say that sentient beings are heirs to their deeds. These are called dark and bright deeds with dark and bright results.
Sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu.
See how amazing the Buddha knowledge is?
Yes.
This is about our life. This is how we were born. We don't need to go and ask somebody else how we were born. This is how we were born. How? As a result of good and bad karma we made in our past lives. The karma gave this rebirth, right?
Yes.
And so what is that?
Is it true, Bante, that pleasing contacts will always give pleasing feelings, and unpleasing contacts will always give unpleasing feelings? Or, I mean, doesn't it depend on your interpretation of the contacts? I mean, you could.
Yeah, it depends on the individual, you know. So, like, but always, if that is a pleasant feeling, the reason is a pleasant contact.
Right.
If it is an unpleasant feeling, the reason is an unpleasant contact. If it is a neutral feeling, the cause is a neutral contact. But some contacts, the same contacts sometimes generate a pleasant feeling for somebody, and the same contact generates an unpleasant feeling for somebody. Is a totally different story. For example, like as I explained to you before, like there is a person and one person sees that person, and that person is an enemy of this person. So that
Right.
the union of the eye, visual object, and eye consciousness for this first person generates an unpleasant feeling, right?
Right.
And there is the second person, and he sees that same person, but he is his best friend.
Right.
So three things come together: his eye, the second person's eye, the visual object, and the eye consciousness. And that contact becomes a pleasant contact for this person and generates a pleasant feeling, right?
Right.
So, but always, if that is a pleasant feeling, cause is a pleasant contact. If that is an unpleasant feeling, cause is an unpleasant feeling, okay?
Could you have a situation where, say, somebody insults you, but you can decide, you can have a pleasant feeling. You can decide, well, you know, it's just a sound and maybe it's an opportunity to
That
help the person or something. Even though it's an unpleasant contact, you could still have a
yeah,
pleasant
that's
feeling.
that's a beautiful thing. That's explained in the Dhamma. And if you can do that, if you see somebody who insulted you or hurt you, but you still, but as soon as you see that person, an unpleasant feeling arises. But
Initially.
initially, yes.
Okay.
And instantly you think, okay, that now an unpleasant feeling has arisen. And this is exactly how in the sutta, okay? I am just translating these phrases. An unpleasant feeling has arisen. This is a conditioned feeling. It is not unconditioned. This is conditioned by what? Conditioned by an impermanent contact. And so he uses his vipassana knowledge, his insight, dependent knowledge about the dependent origination, and he contemplates on that, like this should happen instantly. Otherwise, you would yell at that person and all the angry thoughts come to you and you don't have time to change your mental behavior. So Buddha says this should happen instantly. And then you start contemplating on the impermanence of the contact, feelings, and as a result, instead of an unpleasant feeling, upekka gets established in your mind. And
Okay.
that's a beautiful state of mind that is nothing to do with unpleasant feeling.
Right. Thank you,
That's
Bhante.
that's upekka. It's kind of a neutral feeling, but it's not an ordinary kind of neutral feeling. That neutral feeling that upekka has born due to your wisdom, due to your insight, wise consideration, your reflection on the Dhamma, in line with thinking, in line with the Dhamma, and that generates a kind of a spiritual happiness. Okay.
Right.
And then you start thinking, oh, Dhamma is helping me a lot. Even by seeing my enemy, I don't have this unpleasant feeling. I have this neutral mind towards him, and I can still talk to him. I can still help that person. Like joy arises. You think about the power of the Dhamma you are learning. That's upekka. Good. So now Buddha teaches the third type of karma. It's a mixture of good and bad. So how it generates the results is that the being is born in a world where a mixture of pleasure and pain contact would come to that person or experience such a contact. And as a result, a mixture of happy and painful feelings arise. And what are the examples? Human beings, Manusha, human beings. Ekachesha Deva, some gods. Ekachesha Vinipatika, some beings in the lower realms. Remember, we learned about some ghosts, they experience some kind of happiness for some time and some kind of pain other times. And also some animals, they experience happiness, a mixture of happiness and pain, you know. When you are full, you have eaten well and you feel happy, right? When you are hungry, painful. Same with the animals. When they eat well, they are happy. When they are hungry, they are sad. But in the Subhakinna heavenly world, that problem doesn't exist. They are always well fed by divine foods. See this? The beings create their own happiness and pleasure, not somebody else. But the other interesting thing is that humans don't know that they have been born in a world where they are destined to experience a mixture of pleasure and pain. Instead, they try to live like in the Subhakinna heaven. Their dream is to live like those gods in the Subhakinna heaven. What does that mean? Their wish is only to experience pleasant feelings. When unpleasant feelings come to the humans, they ask why? Why is this happening to me? Right? Now, these suttas are really powerful and they teach amazing lessons to you. Next time when unpleasant, sad, painful feelings come to you, you can be equanimous about it. You can be patient. You can think, okay, I am okay. I can face it because I have been born in such a world with a mixture of pleasure and pain. So I should not reject these feelings because that's the nature of this human world, right? Like these suttas give so many answers to our questions in life. Now you can practice more patience, more understanding, like a balanced mind, because you cannot live in the human world like a god in the Subhakin heaven. If you really like to live like a Subhakin god, you have to go to Subhakin heaven. And how to go there? By doing lots of good things. So yes, some of you will be born in the Subhakin heaven in the next life. And you will meet your friends there if they are reborn there. But it's a very rare place. Why everybody is silent?
I was
You like
sorry,
to come.
Bante.
You
Just a
like to
dream
come back. You like to come back to a world with
now.
a mixture of pain and pleasure, or you don't like to go to a world only with happy feelings?
Pure bliss.
So,
Yeah, but understand that is also impermanent, okay? Not going to last forever, okay? If you like a permanent happiness, like lasting happiness, the only thing you should do is you should attain Nibbana. Even the
Bante,
gods in the
I have a
Subhakin heaven
question.
will pass away one day when their lifespan is over. That's the difference between the Buddha's understanding and the other ordinary understanding. Some like ordinary people's understanding is that they think the Subhakin heaven or a place like Subhakin heaven is everlasting, forever, permanent. But Buddha teaches even that world, Subhakin heaven, is impermanent. Beings will die there. Heavenly beings will pass away. They will be reborn somewhere else according to their karma. Now you see the difference very clearly. The Buddha's teachings, the Buddha's understanding, and the ordinary understanding. Yeah, somebody had a question?
Yes, Bante. So when we leave this world, all we take with us is our karma, our actions, our good and bad actions. So wherever we're born again, how would we know who we are? Because we're manifest in that from our actions. So our consciousness and everything that is here, who we are, is gone. So how would we know?
Yeah, you don't know. You don't know unless you have the knowledge to see past lives. That's the sad thing. That's the unfortunate thing we are experiencing. Like if we knew that what kind of actions we did in the past, the mistakes we made, we are not going to repeat it, right? And that helps a lot. Unfortunately, we can't see that. You know,
Yeah,
if you
so
are going, like if you are going
so
through
in
some
the ghost
difficult
world,
times, problems in your life, if you had the knowledge to see past lives, you can, on the spot, you can go to your past and see, okay, what did I do wrong? why this happened to me. And you will realize, oh, I hurt somebody. I killed this person. I stole something. That's why this happened to me. And then you are very serious about it, and you know that, okay, I'm going through this pain because I did this. I should not do that in this life. Right?
Right. But looking at the suttas with what we've said here before, ghosts can see their past lives and devas can see their past lives. Why can't humans see their past lives?
That's the natural law. Humans, you can say, why can't humans see? Humans can see. Humans, many humans saw that, and there is a path for that humans to do that. There is a path. The path is that you have to develop your mind. You have to concentrate your mind to the 4th stage of concentration. And if you have enough karma to gain that special knowledge of Pubbe Nivasanusati Jnana, to recollect the past lives, then you can see it. And thousands and thousands of people saw that, and they are called arahants. Thousands and thousands
Thank
of
you,
men.
Bhante. Thank you for clearing that up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a path to see past lives. But even though we don't see our past lives, we can still guess, right? With these teachings, right? That's what Buddha wanted to do. Like Buddha wanted to explain, okay, these are the bad actions, these are the results, these are the good actions, these are the results, so that we can have some idea, right?
And Bante, so if we have the goal of trying to believe in no self, not me, okay, not myself, so eventually we will forget about the self, okay, and then eventually we can go into nibbana. That's the goal, right? Yeah. And
That's the goal.
we forget about what we the past lives and the other lives.
You escaped from all lives.
Yeah, no self.
You don't need to forget, you already escaped. Okay, I think Marta has a question.
Yes, Bante, I've been thinking about this thought for a long time. Did Buddha taught or explain for how long, like let's say that we did a bad deed in our past and then we acknowledge it and that we shouldn't have done it and we don't want to do it anymore, for how long we have to suffer the negative karma that we created, or once we already acknowledge it and forgave ourselves or forgave the other person that we're not going to do anymore, at that moment the karma has been erased or healed, or is there like time that we have to kind of like suffer for what we have done?
Yeah, okay, your question is clear. Like you like to see a kind of a table or a chart, right? That's an innocent wish, everybody has that. Like a table. Okay, this is my bad karma and how much suffering I should experience. What is the meter? Unfortunately, there is no meter. There's no table, no chart like that. But one thing is very clear, that even when somebody has done so many bad things, bad karma in the past, just by establishing the initial right view and correcting your bodily, verbal, and mental actions, even for even at the last stage of your life, and by practicing a very small wholesome quality explained by the Buddha, the power of that good karma is so vast, so huge, and that can weaken the results of so many bad things done in the past.
Mhm.
And that power of the good karma can delete so many bad karma that would otherwise have taken you to a plane of misery. So that's a happy thing, happy news, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a happy news. So yeah, so even though we don't have a chart or table to measure how much results for this and that karma, we know for sure that like Buddha teaches, one of the most powerful way to erase your past bad karma is practicing loving kindness meditation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can show you that sutta one day and you will be amazed how powerful the loving kindness meditation karma is. So we have a path to overcome the bad karma. Buddha discovered that path, so you can live very happily. Like think about the serial killer Angulimala. Like he killed so many people. So many people. But after he became a monk, he established in right view, he admitted his wrongdoings, and he made a determination not to continue his bad life again. And those are all wholesome thoughts in the mind. And he observed the higher precepts of a monk, practiced meditation, mindfulness, wisdom. He developed loving kindness. Remember, that was the Bhante who chanted the Angulimala Paritta to ease the pregnancy of pregnant mothers. Even today, we use that Paritta, and lots of mothers benefit from that Paritta chanting. And that Angulimala Bhante chanted that Paritta even before he became enlightened. As a trainee monk, he chanted that Paritta, and that was so powerful. Buddha taught him that Paritta. So, so like that, Angulimala Bhante was able to weaken the results of the bad karma with all the good qualities, all the wholesome actions, and finally eliminated the results of bad karma and good karma and everything, and attained the destruction of karma, cessation of karma, which is nibbana. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Bhante.
Any other questions? So today we learned about from the Buddha's enlightenment, we learned about 3 types of karma. Do you remember? First one?
Dark
dark
karma
deeds,
with dark
the
result.
dark results.
Second one?
Bright
Right,
deeds, bright results.
Third one?
Dark and bright deeds with dark and bright results.
Yeah, mixture, right?
Yeah, mixture.
You think that's the end of the sutta?
No, there's a 4th one.
Okay, there's a fourth one. So that means there is some
Later.
amazing thing to come, right?
Equanimity.
That should be in the next week.